Graeme, a defeat, but how do you assess that performance?
A good test, a good challenge. It's the reason we came actually. So we played against the first team, mature athletes, strong guys who want to go and win the game against us. And for 70 minutes I thought we dealt with it really, really well. And for the last 25 minutes or so, we lost a little bit of our cohesion, we lost a little bit of our shape. But really good lessons for our young players when things are difficult and the pitch is challenging and they're under a little bit of pressure, how they respond to that. I thought that some of our play was excellent. Up until the final third, we just weren't clinical enough because I thought we created more than enough chances to go and win the game.
What can the players learn from a performance?
If you don't take your chances, regardless of who you're playing against, you open yourself up to losing the game, which is a great lesson for them. But they need to understand as well, they need to do the bad side of the game, the horrible side of the game, the side that no one really talks about in coaching. Everyone wants to talk about being expansive on the ball and being a technically wonderfully gifted player. But you need to be able to outwork your opponent, you need to be able to defend the middle of your goal, and you need to be able to stop opponents creating chances, and we didn't manage to do that in the last 25 minutes or so. And we need to know as well that if you're going to play against mature athletes, set pieces are going to be critical for us, and we gave 2 set pieces away, conceded 2 goals, and there's no better feedback for young players than the feedback of conceding a goal like that. So regardless of what I say, they've got their own eyes, they can review the video, they can see those things for themselves.
And the 2 fullbacks were quite prominent going forward. Is that something you've been working on?
It's the way the modern game is, and we've got really good athletes, really good players that expand the game. We had a little bit narrower front 4. We had Greg at the top, we had 3 10s almost in Josh, Jake and Jamie playing behind him. So our fullbacks are going to be critical in getting forward. They know that. We play an expansive game, so they have to be prominent in our attacking play if we're going to expand the pitch the way that we want to.
And you said before the game about bringing the players here for the experience of playing in front of a crowd at a stadium. How do you think they dealt with that?
I thought they dealt with it really well. I thought the first 5 or 10 minutes we were a little bit nervous. We tried to actually play the game too quickly. We were getting the ball away from us rather than taking another touch and settling the ball down. But once we settled into the game, I thought we were excellent in the first half. All right, we conceded a goal from a free kick, but our general overall play I thought was of a really, really high standard, and I thought our young players complemented the first team players really well.
And finally, they were playing alongside the other players, again with those senior players. What can they learn from them?
Well, you just look at the way they prepare. You look at people like Graeme Murty and Greg, the way that they've dealt with the journey, the way they've dealt with prepping this morning, but also the way they approached the game. They made sure they got what they needed out of the game. They were a good 90 minutes against a tough opponent in their legs, but they didn't stop working. They did the right things at the right time. Their decision making on the ball was really good. And for our young players in particular, they need to know that they have to be able to go into an environment like our first team and demand stuff from the first team players. If you ask a first team player to pass you the ball very, very politely, he'll look at you slightly and then he'll go somewhere else. Our guys need to demand the ball off them. They need to be strong enough of character to say to Graeme Murty, give me the ball. Whether Jamie does it or not, that's Jamie's decision, but they need to go and demand. And that's something they need to learn, but it's something that's coming slowly and surely. And some of those guys in there are starting to do it, which is a great thing for us to see.